Hello, young learners. I'm Jeff Berner, and I'm here today to talk about amateur sports and the business that surrounds them. As someone who's made their living in amateur sports for the last 30 years, I can tell you that I'm a pro at being amateur. Or is it amateur being pro? No, I think it's pro at being... Forget about it. Let's go. One thing that you can't deny is the popularity of amateur sports. So how do we define amateur athletes? An amateur athlete is someone who does not get paid but plays for enjoyment, challenge, or both. Amateurs can be any age, and physical challenges are not prohibitions. Family social life often revolves around amateur sports. Senior and Special Olympics are also part of this category. Obviously, high school athletes fall into this category as well. So what are professional athletes? Well, it's simple. They're athletes who play sports and get paid. There are plenty of ways to use marketing and sponsorship in amateur sports. First, it provides significant income to manufacturers. Somebody has to produce all the uniforms, the equipment, the shoes, and money to compete. Minivan and sport utility vehicle sales increase for families carrying team members and all their equipment to games. It's even led to things like retro sports jerseys making a comeback, and those sell for $250 to $450. There's also a lot of support for local amateur sports. Fundraising charity events like marathons, 5Ks, sponsorships for events. High school athletic teams depend on business sponsors and local teams to reap financial gains from loyal communities that follow their amateur teams. Scoreboards are bought and paid for with community support and sponsorships of local companies. There's also promotion on a national level for amateur sports. Television shows, movies, athletes, and media stars help carry out successful promotional strategies for amateur sports. Lance Armstrong was featured in Subaru commercials which promoted cycling. He was wildly popular because of his Tour de France successes and his victory over cancer. He was one of the most beloved athletes until the scandal of his steroid use ruined his reputation. Other amateur athletes can help recognize and encourage the growing interest in amateur athletics. So what are some of the economic impacts? Minnesota is a great example. The state created the Minnesota Amateur Sports Commission. The idea is to create economic development through amateur sports. It also creates maximum opportunity for sports participation. And it established Minnesota as a national model for Olympic and amateur sports movement. So what are the things that you see amateur sports-wise in your communities? How about ice skating? Did you ever think that you would have an ice skating rink located in Bridgewater? Soccer. Soccer has become more and more popular in the U.S., and travel teams and leagues exist everywhere. Basketball. There are not only leagues, but pickup games in most parks, and some places even have tournaments, like the Gus Macker tournaments. Baseball and softball. Travel teams and the money spent on those activities are increasing every year. Now, there is a downside to amateur athletics. Many kids are specializing in one sport early, and an increase in sports-related injuries to muscle overuse has resulted. Many parents spend lots of money for kids to participate in travel sports like basketball, baseball, softball, and soccer. A recent study suggested that U.S. parents spend $1,000 per child per month for them to participate in their chosen travel teams. Finally, burnout among young athletes is strongly correlated to the amount of money spent and time spent on their individual sports. Okay, so that's my video on amateur sports. Please read through the Schoology page to enhance the content. Remember, your vocab words appear in red. When you finish, get to work on your unit project and then get ready for your Unit 5 test. Until next time, young Padawans, may the Force be with you.